The roar of bulldozers shattered the morning calm, tearing through the front yard of Daniel Harper's 120-acre farm. For generations, this land in Willow Creek County had been the heart of his family's legacy, a patchwork of memories woven into century-old maple trees and the V.Y. Brandt rose garden his late wife, Emily, had tended with love. At 58, Daniel stood on his porch, his weathered hands clenched, watching as the earth that held his past and future was churned into mud. The Willow Creek Homeowners Association, led by the cunning Abigail Thornton, had greenlit a 4-lane highway just feet from his doorstep, a project that would bury his heritage under asphalt and slash his property's value overnight. But Abigail didn't know Daniel's estranged brother, Michael, held a trump card as a senior official on the State Land Commission, a secret that would turn her scheme upside down. Daniel's farm wasn't just land, it was a living testament to his family's grit. The maples lining the driveway had shaded weddings, births, and quiet evenings with Emily, whose roses red as her laughter still bloomed by the fence. A respected figure in Willow Creek, Daniel was known for his integrity, often greeting newcomers with a basket of fresh corn and a warm handshake. But 3 months ago, Abigail, a sharp-tongued corporate transplant in tailored blazers, took over the HOA. Her promises of property value optimization and community progress dazzled residents eager for profit, but Daniel sensed trouble. Secret meetings, surveyors creeping at dawn, and zoning hearings scheduled during work hours raised red flags. At the last HOA meeting, Abigail's assurances about routine bylaw updates felt hollow, her glance at Daniel's land chilling him to the bone. The April HOA meeting buzzed with tension. Daniel slipped into the back row, nodding to neighbors Sam and Clara Bennett. Abigail, poised at the podium, clicked through a slick PowerPoint filled with jargon about traffic flow optimization and commercial integration. When Daniel questioned how the proposed roads cut through private properties, Abigail's smile tightened. All development is within HOA easements, Mr. Harper, she snapped, dismissing his follow-up with a wave. After the meeting, Daniel cornered board member Greg Larson, a longtime acquaintance. Greg shifted uncomfortably, muttering about new protocols and urging Daniel to let it go, because big players were involved. Uneasy, Daniel and Sam dug into old meeting minutes, uncovering a sneaky bylaw change that lowered the approval threshold for developments from 75 fan tram to a simple majority change most residents hadn't noticed. Days later, Daniel spotted surveyors staking markers 15 feet into his property. "You're on my land," he told the crew leader, who shrugged, citing official HOA documents. Emails to the board went unanswered, and the county records office claimed key files were under review. A break came when an old friend, Pete Callahan, tipped Daniel off. The highway project, fast-tracked as HOA common land, sliced right through his front acreage. That night, an envelope slipped under Daniel's door confirmed his fears. An HOA notice claiming the front 2 acres of his land had been administratively adjusted to their ownership 3 months prior. Fury surged as Daniel pictured Emily's roses crushed under concrete. The emergency HOA meeting was a powder keg. Neighbors packed the community center, whispers of the highway project spreading like wildfire. Daniel had uncovered a bombshell. Abigail had been a consultant for Pinnacle Developments, the firm behind the shopping complex the highway would serve. At the meeting, she unveiled renderings of the Willow Creek Commercial Corridor, a highway carving through Daniel's farm. When he challenged her, citing his 1987 deed, Abigail claimed a 40-year-old clerical error had been corrected by the January adjustment. "Coincidentally, right after you took over," Daniel shot back, sparking murmurs. Abigail doubled down, boasting of signed contracts and imminent construction. Daniel countered with a folder of HOA covenants, proving the board lacked authority to redraw boundaries without consent. Clara raised her hand. "We didn't vote to take Daniel's land." As neighbors rallied, Abigail had Sam escorted out for disruption, adjourning amid chaos. Back home, Daniel pored over Abigail's documents, spotting a forged surveyor's signature and a flimsy environmental report ignoring his property's protected wetlands. A Freedom of Information request revealed Abigail's shell company had snapped up 3 commercial lots near the project for $400,000 each, lots poised to soar to $3 million post-highway. Her undisclosed stake was a blatant conflict of interest. When Daniel emailed the board, a cease and desist letter threatened legal action. Outmatched, he made a desperate call he'd avoided for years. Still, Michael, his brother, estranged since their father's funeral 5 years ago over a bitter business dispute. "Michael, it's Daniel. They're destroying the farm." Silence hung heavy before Michael's cautious reply. "Send me everything." The next morning, Michael's SUV rolled into the driveway. The brothers embraced, their rift softening at the sight of uprooted maples and Emily's obliterated garden. Michael revealed he wasn't just a state employee, he was a deputy director on the Land Commission, with authority over major developments. Over coffee, he dissected Daniel's documents, spotting fraudulent permits and falsified data. As construction crews moved in, Michael filed for an emergency stop work order, while Daniel and neighbors documented the destruction. A surveyor friend confirmed the HOA's boundary maps were rigged. Abigail confronted Daniel on his porch, livid about the delay. "This project is happening, farmer," she sneered, unaware his security camera caught her admitting personal investments. Michael stepped forward, flashing his credentials. Her face paled, and she fled. Hours later, the stop work order hit, halting the bulldozers. Social media exploded with the Save Harper Farm, fueled by leaked renderings of the highway dwarfing Daniel's porch. Local reporter Lisa Monroe's coverage amplified the outrage, turning the farm into a symbol of resistance against greed. The final showdown came at an overflow HOA meeting. Abigail tried to spin the delays, but Michael presented damning evidence, fake surveys, kickback emails, and her recorded bribe attempt. Board member Ellen Carter confessed Abigail had misled them, revealing her secret lot purchases. The room erupted as Sam called for a vote to oust Abigail. Sheriff's deputies waited outside to question her. The community restored Daniel's land, planting new maples and expanding Emily's garden into a memorial space. Abigail faced felony charges, and the Harper Rule tightened HOA regulations. At a community celebration, Daniel and Michael, reconciled, unveiled the Miller Farm Heritage Trust, ensuring the land's future. As Daniel touched a young maple, he mused, "The real property line is the one you draw when you stand for what's right and find family and justice beside you."
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.